In the past, it was known that cupping could be used at more than just its most suitable time on different parts of the body and for all ages, especially those which the Prophet mentioned and that the scholar M.A. Sheikho revealed. Seeking to clarify this matter, we have performed cupping on different cases in cooperation with the medical and laboratory team. For example, when invoking an age other than the supposed one, i.e. below 22 years of age. We also performed cupping on parts of the body other than the exact one. For instance, on parts other than the upper back, such as on the jugular veins, on the arm, the belly, and the ankle. Cupping was also tried following a meal. When comparing the blood obtained in these cases with the harmful blood, we found them exactly the same. This means that the tainted blood taken out of the veins is similar to the blood obtained in these cases of cupping. Thus, in such cases, cupping will be of no use. When it is used at the recommended time, however, i.e. springtime between March and April and in the second half of the lunar month, for those above 22 years of age and on the upper back, the blood obtained by cupping is very different from the tainted blood. Cupping will therefore be of great benefit.
Cupping is effective when it's applied limitedly on the upper part of the back under the two shoulders blades. If we practice it on any other place, we will draw out functional or active blood, which is the soul of the man, since the soul flows into the blood. Consequently, we may kill the patient because the blood protects the patient. And if we reduce the amount of blood when he is sick, the germs and microbes will grow stronger and kill the patient. On the other hand, if we practice cupping on the regular site, the patient will recover. If the blood pressure is high, it will return to normal. If it's low, it will rise. This is one of the miracles of cupping when it's applied correctly. Cupping shouldn't be applied over the two jugular veins. The patient will not benefit at all. In fact, he or she may even die.
The cases in which people have suffered from side effects after cupping were ones in which the correct procedures had not been observed, such as the quarterly, the monthly, and the daily time. The patient must fast before cupping. If he or she eats, they may suffer side effects. Similarly, when the patient drinks milk or one of its derivatives after cupping, this may result in high temperature, lasting from 7 to 10 days. Such cases may wrongly be considered as one of the side effects of cupping, while in fact they result from incorrect practice. Antisepsis, the use of antiseptics, of course, plays an essential part, and any breach of the conditions of sterilization may cause diseases.
We fear that unclean or inappropriate instruments may be used. Thus, the reputation of the art suffers at the hands of greedy people, in spite of the certainty of its curative rule. Cupping equipment not in keeping with the rules of cupping, we use burning pieces of paper put in glass cups, makes the cupping ineffective for two reasons. Firstly, cupping employs a spontaneous system of sterilization that destroys harmful and infectious microbes through the burning of said papers put in the cups of cupping. Secondly, the new cupping apparatus, which operates by evacuating the air without using a flame, doesn't draw our disease as well. Therefore, we advise against the use of it and advocate keeping to the traditional and natural method of burning papers.
There are many kinds of cupping cups on the market. They vary from glass ones to plastic, which are called vacuum cups. This standard cup has many properties. Firstly, the area of its surface is limited, which limits neural stimulation to a specific area so that there will be no neural confusion in any other area. This point is very important, because if the area is wider, stimulation will occur over many neural points of the back. Secondly, this cup allows the blood to flow and gather in its cavity, and thereby we can know the state and quantity of blood coming out of the body. Thirdly, the cup is held on the back using burning paper cones that rarefy the air inside, decreasing the pressure there, and consequently the cup sticks to the skin. The cornet and the heat of the fire inside the cup cause hyperemia in the skin and vasodilation, and that increases the perfusion of the area which is going to be scratched later on. Furthermore, after scratching these areas, the carbon dioxide resulting from the combustion process leads to vasodilation and an increase in blood flow at the site of cupping. When we use the vacuum pump, on the other hand, there is no carbon dioxide, and consequently there is no local vasodilation.
We performed a laboratory study of about 500 specific sick cases, noticing that many patients have been semi-cured of heart disease, migraines, cancer, and paralysis.
From the research we conducted on blood before and after the application of cupping, and when performing comparisons with the participation of the members of the laboratory team, the results were as follows. Firstly, there was a lowering in the speed of sedimentation so that it returned to its normal limits. Secondly, a moderation occurred in the number of red cells so that they also returned to normal levels. Thirdly, concerning the cases of polycythemia, i.e. an excess in the number of red cells, the hemoglobin decreased to its normal level. Fourthly, the white cells count increased in 100% of cases where it was less than its normal level.
The amazing results which occurred when using cupping against many diseases, which medicines had been unable to stop, have been confirmed by various laboratory analyses performed by our laboratory and medical team. The main results, in brief, were as follows. 1. There was a reduction in the SGOT enzyme level in the blood of 80% of patients who were suffering from hepatitis. So this indicates a clear improvement in the functioning of the liver from cupping. 2. There was a reduction in the SGPT enzyme in 75% of the patients, associated with the complete disappearance of all illnesses, seen through electrocardiography. 3. There was a reduction in the amidase in 55% of patients. This reduction had an obvious effect on those affected with acute hepatitis. 4. The blood iron value, especially that of sodium and potassium, returned to its normal level in 90% of patients suffering from renal failure. I would like to refer to a matter from my personal experience. In fact, I was suffering from high uric acid, which caused urethral pains for me. This disease is hereditary, and it started when I was 14. I was one of the people to gain greatly from cupping. Since I began to apply it, the uric acid has returned to its normal limits, and all the pain caused by it has disappeared.